The band is phenomenal. Muse, amazing. I got Matt on the phone. What's up, man?
Hey, Max, how you doing?
What's going on, Matt? How you doing, brother?
Very good, very good. Yeah, I'm hanging out in Miami at the moment. What are you up to?
Okay, I'm a little jealous now. That's what I'm up to, being jealous of you, my man. You get to travel the world. Let's just go for it, man. Muse, an amazing career that you guys have been able to allow us to be on the ride with you for so long, man. And how does it still feel to be able to go out in front of massive amounts of people and do what you love to do and have them just rock alongside you guys, man?
Oh, it feels great. You know, we love it so much. There's still places where we haven't played before. Like this week, we're spending the week in Florida. We've played in Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, and all of those cities we've never actually played a headlined an arena before, you know, so we're kind of going out there in front of 10,000 people who, more than half those people probably never seen us before, you know, so it's a great feeling. It's so exciting, and you see these people, they know all your songs, and they're rocking out, jumping up and down, and you can't kind of, it's really hard to take it in, do you know what I mean? Like, sort of, I come from a sort of small rural area in England, and I'm sort of like out here in like the craziness of Miami and Florida and all this stuff, and people seem to know our stuff, you know. So it's really, it's a great honor. It's so exciting, and we love doing it, you know.
And for those who are unaware of what comes about when Muse hits the stage, it's some of the most, I don't want to say intense in a bad way, but it's some of the most extra sensory feelings that we get when we're at a show. I mean, the lights, the sound, the lasers. I guess the question is, whose idea is it to go over the top, or is it a collective kind of a thing amongst you guys?
We've always gone all out when we go on stage. You know, even before we had all the kind of production stuff, we just like to give all of our energy on stage, you know, and try to get like that real excitement that you get from, you know, because when I was growing up, I'd love going to see groups like Red Hot Chili Peppers or Rage Against the Machine, or even Nirvana. These kinds of groups that when you go on stage, you see them and they're just giving it everything, you know. So that's kind of how we were raised on music, you know. So when we went out on stage, we would do it that way. So, you know, the first few years of touring, we didn't have all the production stuff, but when we started to get that stuff, we wanted to, like, you know, take it to the next level, design these kind of quite conceptual video screens and video film ideas that combine with the music, and of course all the lights and the special effects and stuff, you know. So it's just something we've really enjoyed, kind of expanding on the music with these extra show elements, you know.
Does it give you goosebumps when you hit the stage, or has it become such a thing where it's a comfort zone for you on stage, or do you still get that little bit of anxious or those anxiety butterflies going through your stomach?
I always get a little bit of that. I think that's a good sign, because I think to me that feeling is like when your body starts to pump the adrenaline around, and if you're just sat there, if you're just kind of sat in a chair and that adrenaline starts to pump, it can actually make you feel a bit ill. You know what I mean? So the nerves are a good thing, because as soon as I get that feeling now, I start jumping up and down and running around the dressing room and getting into the mood, you know, and it's actually, you realise it's just a natural process of the body preparing itself for what's about to happen. So I actually love those little jitters that you get before a gig, you know.
And it seems like it's still fun. I mean, watching you guys hit the stage and really, like you say, give your all, it's still fun. What do you guys attest that little kid inside of you still too, for you to be able to go and rock out these major shows and arenas and still be like, you know what, we're just having a good-ass time?
Well, I mean, things we started when we were kids, you know, so, you know, my bandmates, we went to high school together. We've known each other since we were about 13, 14. We started jamming in a band together at the age of 15, and we've just been doing it ever since. So I think, you know, in as much as we've grown up, you know, we've all, you know, a couple of us have got families now, and we've kind of become, in some ways, we've become men. There's still a part of us where it's still this teenager.
So let's go back, you know what, that you said that you, Chris, and Dominic have been together for a while. You guys have been hanging, and it's been, what was it that I was just the other day reading? Rocket Baby Dolls was the first name of the band, right?
That was it. That was the first band name we had, yeah.
Did you guys get together and pick up these instruments? Because I think when we all were in that middle school age, we were trying to impress chicks, dude. Was that the reason why you guys picked up? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, let's be honest, you know, I started off playing piano, actually, and I remember I entered this talent contest, and I was playing kind of like blues piano like Ray Charles, and this girl that I fancied, she didn't really know I existed until that point, you know, so I thought, oh, hold on, there's something to this, you know.
Yes.
I became friends with Dom, and he was in another band at the time, and I went to see his gig, and this is when we were still like 14, 15, and like, you know, there'd be like this little mosh pit, and there'd all be the girls in there getting drunk, and like, it was just kind of, it was just good times. times, you know, and it just seemed like a kind of party lifestyle. And when you're a teenager like that, you kind of want to live that life, you know. You think, oh, I want to do this all the time. You know what I mean?
I've got to say, it must seem so fulfilling to be able to come up with your own sounds, you're creating your own lyrics, and to see so many people gravitate and sink their teeth into what you guys truly believe and feel.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, you know, it's all about, you know, when you're writing songs like that, you really want to connect with people, and you want to kind of share your experiences, share your feelings, and when you perform it on the stage, you're looking for that connection that other people have had similar experiences or can relate to it, you know. And
yeah.
So there's that amazing feeling of connection we have with the fans at a lot of our gigs, you know.
And let's say this, dude, it's not just the connection. I'm talking 15 point something million worldwide, dude. That's a really, really cool thing. Is there a time where you guys sit back and you reflect and you say, you know what, all this hard work, all this blood, sweat, and tears that we put into it, you know, the fights that we may have gotten into based off of chord progression or whatever, it pays off? I mean, do you guys get those moments to just come together as brothers and say, you know what, fellas, we're working our butts off and it's really starting to pay off?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, we've been so lucky with the fans that we have all over the world. As I said earlier, it's like it never ceases to surprise us how far afield our music seems to have got, and we're so grateful for that, and we love it. And as you said, like it's just been the three of us together all this time, and we go out there on stage, and it doesn't really matter how big it is, or you know all the craziness, you know, the award ceremonies, all that stuff. It's like we're still just the same guys that have been together since teenagers, and as you said, we are like brothers, you know. So we've had a great time.
And when it gets to the point now where muses become a pop culture, and the music, particularly, I want to slide into madness, when it starts to really progress into the mainstream, has that ever been a goal of yours, or has it just been something that, you know, it's naturally progressing to that, and it's like, yo, this is kind of cool that the same folks that love the sound of Taylor Swift, they love the sound of madness?
Well, I think, you know, we've always been a rock band, and so we've always had this harder edge in our music, you know, but we've always been very dynamic. We've had these kind of, you know, in our songs, we've had these big ups and downs, and we've also had softer tunes. I've always thought the last few albums, it's the more softer stuff where we need to do a bit more work on that from a production point of view, and making it sound kind of more contemporary. And that's what we did with Madness. You know, that's definitely more like a ballad, that's definitely the softer side of what we do. And but the way we produced it in quite a contemporary way, using modern sounds, modern synthesizers, and it's you know, it's bringing in a whole sort of new audience really who are hearing a different side of the band.
When I hear that particular record, it makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. There is something to the melody, to the just to the epicness that there really is to the song, but the fact that it's just, it resonates, and it is so soulful for a rock record, dude. I mean, you know, whose idea was it to really start to integrate these synthesizers and that cool-ass guitar that you have with the pad thing on it, man? That's the coolest thing that I've ever seen in my life, dude.
Well, yeah, we've always been, you know, being a rock band, you're playing these instruments that have been around since like the 1960s and 70s, but at the same time, there's been so much innovation in electronica and stuff. So we try to incorporate those modern sounds and the modern production techniques into what we're doing. So in our music, I think you can hear this kind of collision between sort of older music sounds and the very modern sounds. You know, we're kind of mixing those two things together. And in the case of Madness, you're talking about soulful. I mean, that song's the first song. If you hear that song just played on the piano or something, it sounds very much like a gospel song or a blues song. You know, like very kind of simple and very almost very R&B kind of influence. And obviously, we've taken that influence and made it our own kind of sound. You know,
dude, I got some questions from some pretty huge Muse fans who tweeted in and texted in some questions for us. And I know you guys are all about the social networking, so I want to throw this out for my buddy Connor Billings off of our Facebook page, and he wants to know if it's true. And I read this also, and I'm glad he brought this question up. Is it true that you cannot perform a gig without eating a banana?
That happens to be true, yes. I mean, I'm not sure what it is. I trust in the banana, the power of the banana. It's like, what can I say? About an hour before every gig, I have to eat a banana. And there's something about I don't know what it is. It just, I think it goes way back to when I first had a cold or something on tour, and I kind of felt low on energy, and I ate a couple of bananas, and it just seemed to
work.
Sort me out, you know, what can I say?
All right, Alex texted in this question from area code 614. During rehearsals or jam sessions, do you guys like to cover other band songs, or do you just stick to your own stuff?
Yeah. We when we're jamming, we always tend to play a lot of Rage Against the Machine riffs. We love. You know, I love Tom Morello. He's one of my favorite guitarists, and so when we're jamming, we tend to play. You know, not so much. I've got to say, I can't do Zach De La Rocha's vocal. Like, I'm not like a I'm not like a good rapper. I'm not a very good rapper, but we definitely jam rage riffs quite a lot.
At Muse is my Muse84 off of Twitter tweets in a question: if you had a Back to the Future time machine kind of car, dude, where would you go? Like, what part of the world time would you make sure that you, Matthew, had the chance to just kick it in for a little bit?
Wow, that's a good question. I've never thought about that. Let me think. I'd love to go. I'd probably go way back. You know, I'd love to go back to maybe. I'd love to see like Roman times, like that crazy first Roman Empire and all the stuff that was going on then, when cities were first developing and all the craziness that went on there. I think that'd be a good time to rock out and get involved in all the weirdness that the Romans got.
I would imagine that you guys would probably together be able to create, you know, that anthemic, the theme song for the Olympics. You know, dun, 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 dun. You guys, you would be able to do a smooth remix for that right there if you went back in time, bro.
Totally, yeah. Get all the chariots out.
I want to throw this one out from our buddy Stacy Hunter. She was awesome, fan of the show. Obviously, Madness, huge record with the upcoming NCAA March Madness thing that's going on TV. Are you guys fans of basketball or any other particular sports?
Yeah, I mean, we love all sorts of sports. I mean, our music has always been very closely used for sports for a long time. You know, it goes way back to in England, the football TV shows that were playing. You call it soccer over here, by the way. The soccer shows would always use our music for like the highlights. You know, like the highlights when they show the best goals and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we love it when our music gets used for sports like that. I think there's something, and also with the Olympics, we got involved with that, and then now with March Madness, we can't wait to see that. You know, because I mean, I've got to say that March Madness is I didn't know about that. I mean, we all know basketball in England, and we know like the LA Lakers and all that kind of stuff. But this March Madness sounds great because it's like a college tournament. It's a major knockout tournament, which makes it even more exciting. So we're really glad to be associated with that.
It's so cool because we get to hear the song a lot. I mean, you know, as you tour and you're hitting your different cities, and I'm sure you're cooped up in a hotel and you see TV and you're watching TNT and all the Turner Broadcasting, networks where we're going to be able to watch these games. The song and the video that comes along with the promotion of the March Madness tournament, it just seems like it's so fun and it's so fitting. And whoever was the person who came to you guys and asked for your permission to be a part of this, they were the most smartest person on the planet, because it just makes me want to go, and I'm nothing but about 5'6", and I want to try to dunk a basketball after watching those commercials.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are great. I mean, they came out, we were playing a concert in Prague in the Czech Republic, and they came out with all their cameras and they just filmed us doing a gig, and then they chopped it together with the basketball footage, and it just, I've got to say, I was thinking, wow, how's this going to work? And then when I saw the final result, I was really impressed.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, it works. We kind of kick ass. Hey, man, I just want to say once again, congratulations on all the album sales. The Second Law, if you ladies and gentlemen have not picked this up just yet, do so. Telling you the music that will come out of your speakers when this CD is on is amazing. And the tour, I mean, you guys are selling out shows, and you're doing the Brit Awards, and that was an awesome performance. We got to see some of that here stateside too. All this is so deserving, man, and I thank you guys for allowing us to be a part of the growth of Muse, particularly on the pop side now, because it's opening up a lot of eyes and ears to who you guys really are musically, man, and it's awesome.
Thanks so much. Thanks for your support, and it's great to get our music out to all these new listeners you have there.
Well, make sure you send our best to Chris and Dominic, man. We appreciate you guys, kicking ass and taking names, and continued success on the tour, the Second Law tour, ladies and gentlemen. Hitting a city near you, make sure you check it out. If you have to scalp a ticket, I don't recommend it if it's against the law where you're at, but do something to get inside the building. I'm just saying. Right on, bro. Well, congratulations, and take care down there in Florida, my man.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care, Matthew. See ya.
Cheers. Bye-bye.